So hey, guys, it's TT. This is my Twin Flame channel. Hey, how you doing? I'm about to burp. Okay. um, so this channel is about my Twin Flame journey. So I'm a Twin Flame. Um, my name's Teresa. My mom called me Tree, and my dad called me Terry. And classmates usually called me Teresa. I also this channel and my other channel, my vlog channel, I go by TT, which means tip top to me. I thought of it while I was driving for Lyft in Baltimore City. I used to drive for Lyft full time, like 70 plus hours a week, all over Maryland from like 9 p.m. to like 7 a.m. And I came up with TT for tip top. And I'm all about energy. And the vibration chart is the highest vibration is God or love, which is divine, unconditional love. It's light. It's the highest vibration energy there is. It's source energy. And that is my desire. That's been my desire for years now, is to be the tippy top of the vibration chart, to live and exist, to breathe, to think, to sleep, to eat, to everything as high vibration as possible, and to be the highest vibration person existing in physical form on this planet. That's been my desire. To walk like Jesus walked. To me, Jesus was the highest vibration person. He could walk on water. He could turn water into wine. He could get money out of a fish. You know what I mean? He could heal people. His shadow could heal people, and so could his disciples. Their shadow, their clothes could heal people. Um, I'm not religious. I'm spiritual, but I did used to go to church a lot. I was raised Catholic. I went to Our Lady of Victory at Wilkins Avenue in Baltimore City when I was a kid. And then I moved to Westminster, about an hour away, Carroll County, and I've lived in the country and gone to private school. I mean, public school. So anyway, but I'm not religious. But in church, it's when I really started seeing a gift that I had. But I don't know what I really thought of it. But I was called a prophetess in church. A prophetess. I had messages from God to the people in church. Um, I've had visions. I've seen angels. I've seen dead people. I talk to dead people, but it's not dark energy. I realized I see light energy. And I'll see, like, as far as angels go, I'll just know it's an angel. I'll see wings, and they're not graphically intricate, detailed, in the physical world with color and all that and depth. Um, that's not how I see. I see spiritually. Um, but I've always had spiritual experiences ever since I was a little kid in Baltimore. I come from Violetville. It's right next to. I was born in St. Agnes Hospital in Baltimore City, Maryland, on the East Coast of the United States, and I was sexually abused by my grandfather as I was a kid. My family doesn't talk about it. My mom was as well. My mom never talked about it. She mentioned it when I was 30 something, married, and was pregnant with my son. I had 5 kids, and my first 2 children are boys. So that's when I started. I've been in counseling since I was 10. A therapist since I was 10 years old. Um, and I started drinking alcohol when I was 14. I started smoking cigarettes. I took a puff of my mom's cigarette she threw into the bushes when we lived in Baltimore. So I was about 9 years old, 8, 9 years old when I smoked a cigarette. Um, so all my life I've drank, I've smoked. I went to AA for 10 years, about 20 years ago, and I stopped, well, somewhere about 18 years ago, and I stopped drinking. Um, my drinking was really destructive. I would get, blackout drunk. I would, I would be puking every day. Like, I'd be puking. Like, that's how I would drink. The next day I would have the worst hangover. I hated it. And, but I never went to jail. Um, anyway, I've been in a lot of domestic violence, always fighting, always had tumultuous relationships with men, beginning with my dad. My dad, when I was like 14, he took me to Italy, left me with a 20-some-year-old in a bar with 2 drinks. Um, my dad was always taking me places like skiing and sailing and, in nice resorts, ocean, he had money, I had nice things. And I appreciate that he showed me culture and the finer things, always nice restaurants. But if if somebody that he in one of his timeshare places liked me because I was a very pretty teenager, um, oh, you want to date my daughter here? So I was like a pawn for him to get points, for him to be important, when he took me places. And I could never speak up. My dad was very a rageaholic. It was not a safe emotional place for me. He was not emotionally available for me. My mom wasn't emotionally available for me. So I have an older sister and then I have half siblings. Because my dad and my dad, I know people don't talk about this stuff, but I don't know why. Because you got to talk about shit, but not in a judgmental place, not in a place of hate and judgment, but in a place of this was my life. This happened as in facts. So my dad cheated on my mom and then he married his mistress and they've been married ever since. And they have 3 children and then they have grandchildren. Um, I don't know why I'm the black sheep of the family and I don't know why that you know, I have to speak up about things and I don't do it to hate people. I do it because you got to expose because facts are facts, that experiences is experience and healing has to take place. So it's not like I'm sitting here looking down on people or wanting bad to happen to them or hating on them. I mean, I've had so much anger in me my whole life. But I think I'm finally getting to the end of it where it doesn't have power over me anymore. It's losing its power over me finally after I'm 56 years old. I'm 280 pounds. I have a belly. I have an OnlyFans account. I have a TikTok. I do energy readings. I connect with dead people. I love doing readings and I love connecting with transitioned loved ones. I love connecting with people. I do. I love it. I don't know about the spotlight because I've had so much shame in me and on me and about me because of being abused. I don't know why that happens, but sexual abuse and the way that my grandfather controlled me and manipulated me and dominated me and groomed me. Was ashamed of my sexuality. I was ashamed of my body. I was ashamed of my thoughts. I was ashamed of my emotions. I was ashamed of my feelings. I was taught shut the hell up, buck up, you know? I don't know, but I'm so grateful that finally at 56 years old, I have my own apartment, so I don't have to rely on somebody else. When you live under somebody else's roof, you have to abide by them or they can destroy you. They can ruin your freaking life. They have control over you. So your parents, if you get married, your spouse, if you have a roommate, your roommate, like living with somebody, they control you. It's the way it is. So in order to be your own person, you have to get your own place. And I have had kids since I was in my 20s. I have 5 children, so I've always had that. And then I don't like to refer to it as mental illnesses because it has such a bad stigma. And then people attach it forever. And it's who you are. It's not who you are. And it's not forever. And it doesn't define you. Um, there's so many things like being fat. Oh my God, being unhealthy, having cancer, having that is like it's the worst thing. And we make these things huge and I'm huge. You're huge. As a human being, you have so much power, and that's what we need to focus on. Your health, your well being, that the universe loves you. There is a creator, there is some being, there is something in the universe that is for you, not against you. That if you trust in and rely on, that you will have peace, that you will have comfort, that you won't have what you want when you want it. That's not how it works. But you will have more than you could imagine, right? When you surrender your will to the will of the universe, to the will of your God, which I call source. So the universe loves you more than you could love yourself, and has universal laws that work. And so I never knew that. So I was always hating myself. I had a eating disorder. I hated my body. I hated my vagina. I hated my boobs. I hated my body. I hated my thoughts. I hated my personality. I didn't think, everything. I hated everything about me. I hated life. So that sucks. But now I'm living for me, because yeah, you have kids, you have friends, you have neighbors, you have a job, you have whatever, right? Crushes, whatever. But then you have spouses, you have loves, but you got to learn to live for yourself, because that's the best way to live. To get sober, or if you have an addiction, you have to learn, you have to do it for yourself. You have to also become aware. A light bulb has to go off. You have to see it. Other people can see it. Doesn't, and they can try to judge you, bully you into stuff. But you got to do it for you, and you got to see it. I'm getting ringing in my ears. There's a lot of things spiritually that have physical symptoms, but they're spiritual causes. We are spiritual beings, we are sexual beings, we are physical beings, mental beings, emotional beings, multifaceted, multidimensional beings. So it's not all physical. It's not all food related. It's not all, exercise is important. What you eat does matter, but more so spiritually, what you're doing. Spirit means, what energy are you using in your life? And so hate, judgment, control, manipulation, that's low vibration, and that's dark energy, and that'll keep you in a place of dis-ease, dysfunction, low vibration, not walking in your power. So not walking in your life force, in your healing ability, in your power. Remember Jesus and his disciples, how were they able to heal people and walk in their power? It's possible. Right? So high vibration, which is love, which is unconditional, which is freedom, which is gratitude, focusing on good, what you have, not what you don't have. Letting go of judgment, letting go of unforgiveness. Those are dark energies, negative energies that will only bring you down. Okay, so we have choices. We're free will. We have choices. It might not seem like it, because we get ensnared. We get entangled in energies. We get patterns. We get passed down stuff from our parents and our grandparents. But you do have a free will, and you choose to love. You choose to let go. You choose, and you have to keep choosing it, because it's tough. Like, it is a whole process of getting certain energies out of your life, like anger. It's taken me years. I keep choosing to let it go, but it'll pop out of me. Did you ever have those things happen where you just respond? You can't even hold back. Somebody pushes your buttons and it just flies out. You're in a situation, just flies out. It's not something you're thinking about. You're deciding how to respond. No, those are those automatic things. And that shows you where you really are, what's really inside of you. And that is good, because you have to be able to see what really is in order to heal it, or to let go of it, or to see, hey, I still have anger issues. Hey, I'm still responding in anger when I'm triggered. Triggers are good because it is like an authentic thing. It is like it's raw, it's real, it's authentic. It happens, and you can't protect yourself from it, and it'll just, woo, and what's in here will come out. And that's not so you hate on yourself. That's not so you judge yourself. That's so you love yourself, have compassion for yourself. Remember, you have an inner child that is wounded, that needs nurturing and protection and love, tenderness, gentleness, compassion. The number one attribute of my creator, of my source, of God, of the universe is compassion. And we have this thing that helps all of us, that we all need. It's called grace, mercy, grace. We all need it. And so we have to receive it. So if you feel like you don't deserve something, work on that. Because you got to receive grace. You need help. We all need help. We weren't created to be here on our own. It's too hard. So loneliness, abandonment, rejection, harshness, anything that's not celebrating and appreciating and valuing you basically is abuse and trauma. Because you're a being that not only deserves to be celebrated and appreciated, but needs to be for your well-being. So, okay, I said all that. I'm a twin flame, that I've gotten all that from being a twin flame, from my spiritual journey, from being triggered, from journaling, from talking to source, from, okay, so I'm an energy coach. I'm an energy reader. It's my passion. It's my purpose. I love it. I'm also a woman. I'm also a daughter, an aunt, a cousin, a sister, a mother, a wife, an ex-wife, a neighbor, multifaceted. So, why do I say all that? I don't know. Just to remind you that we're all humans. We're all people that have, we're all brothers or sisters or aunts or uncles or fathers or mothers or daughters or sons. We all have an inner child. We all have feelings. We all matter. And whether you stuff your feelings or you hate on your feelings or you deny your feelings, whatever, your feelings matter. Your thoughts matter. Your desires and your dreams matter. So anyway, let me get another water. What do I want to talk about? So I say this all the time. Your twin flame is a divine spiritual connection, and it is your greatest asset or tool to heal your inner child. And when you're healing, because it's a process, when you're healing your inner child, you will spiritually ascend to a higher vibration. And that higher vibration will give you a better physical experience. You'll attract better into your life, whether it's money, whether it's peace, comfort, whatever, connection with yourself. Your connection with yourself and your connection with your maker or source is essential to your well-being. You can't not have it. And how, that's really important. There's things in my life on a daily basis that I experience that I really don't feel good physically. That doesn't mean I'm going to die. That doesn't mean I'm not valuable. It just means that my health ever since I had COVID has totally changed. And people be like, "Oh, I'm sorry." And they'll pity me and they'll look down on me. Anything, when you walk with source, when source, it has your back. Can't believe I'm getting another lift ride. There is no reason for pity. There's no reason for you to pity another human anyway, because pity takes away power. It's a dark energy, same as worry, same as fear. Dark energies. Nobody deserves pity. Compassion, empathy is different than pity. Compassion. But we are all blessed. We all have our own individual resources that the universe gives to each one of us to overcome all of our obstacles, shortcomings, weaknesses, injustices. We all have justice. We all have recompense. Oh God, I had to burp. Right? So I am healing my inner child. I'm healing that shame and that guilt that I've lived with my whole life, that self-hate. By choices, I'm choosing to love myself. I'm choosing to forgive myself and be good to myself and allow good. Allowing good is important. You got to welcome it. You got to want it. You got to attract it. And you got to be aware of what you're attracting. And what you give out is what you're attracting. I mean, you don't have to be a hard nose, but you can tell when you're closed. You can tell when there's blocks to your flow of love. You can tell when you're withdrawing. You can tell when if you're stealing, lying, cheating, causing trouble with other people, hating, judging, criticizing, all that stuff to others. You're toxic, you're dysfunctional, you're not functioning. It doesn't matter what your bank account says, honey. You understand? Your bank account is not your well-being. This is your well-being. Your mind, your heart, your soul, your body, your right? This is your magnet, not your bank account, not your relationship with other people. You, not your spouse, not your parents. Here. And mostly your heart is your magnet, your soul. So, okay, my twin flame journey. So, because I was abused and groomed as a child and broken in that way, um, I have been empty, right? My heart has been empty of that father relationship, of that father validation. My dad criticized, rejected, you know what I mean? Didn't protect me, didn't value me right? He may have, but he didn't express it. Not hating on him, just saying this is how I became who I am. Um, so anyway, I'll just say it. I looked a lot of my well-being, a lot of my was in sex. My identity was in sex. I didn't have any relationship in my life that didn't involve sex. And I don't mean my parents or my siblings. And I don't mean you know what I'm saying. When I say any relationship, I mean with a guy my age or older. You have to say stuff like that. I got to be specific now. It used to be assumed. I grew up in a different world where good was assumed. You were innocent until proven guilty. You know, I grew up in that world where you didn't have to say obvious things. You didn't have to say common sense things. That most of us were good. I was raised with good morals and values. That doesn't mean that I wasn't broken inside. Because it's weird because the patriarch of my family abused me, that doesn't mean that he wasn't a good man in other areas. It's bizarre. That's where you get that like bipolar stuff, because somebody can look good and act good and hold a good job and have a good reputation in the community, but then behind closed doors be doing despicable things. But they it's bizarre because we're humans and we're multifaceted and stuff. So we're not all bad and we're not all good. And some of us are better than others and some of us are worse than others. Right? So I don't like to lie. I hate lying. I hate hiding. I hate being, I hate that. I I don't steal. I mean, have I taken some things from Walmart? Yes. You know, but I don't steal. Um, I don't lie. I don't cheat. I'm a transparent person. What you see is what you get kind of thing. I don't like all that. Stress, deception, manipulation. I like to be clean. I like to feel innocent and clean and pure. I never understood that, but over the past years I understand that because I always felt dirty. I always felt bad, to blame, shameful, guilty. I just was raised that way. Anyway, my identity has been in men approving of me, and especially men that I love. I got to get their approval. But then I've had this anger in me, and I've had this rebelliousness in me towards authority because, of course, I was abused. So it's total combination for destruction, absolute annihilation. That's why I don't understand how I'm still here at 56 years old and actually healing some core issues in my inner child. So I'm actually, even though I get fatigued, even though I have to slow down sometimes and, have to make sure that I nurture my inner child, and I have to take more time to myself, and I get really fatigued and stuff like that. I'm better, the best me than I've ever been. I'm the better me. I don't know how to say that. You know what I mean? Like I'm a version of me that I never thought I could be, that blows my mind. And anybody that would know me from childhood or know me throughout the years has to be like, "What? This is Teresa? The same one that yeah." So it's mind-blowing who I've become. And I'm not there yet. I'm still healing and growing and evolving and ascending. So it's beautiful. So I do love doing energy readings. I do, but I also like dancing and singing and feeling sexy and feeling like a woman and being seen, but in a safe environment. Internet scares me. TikTok, I've been hated on so bad. And the thing about me is every time I'm judged or hated, criticized, it sticks with me for so long. It's hard for me to get over that. So it traumatizes me and it wounds me and it affects me long time for a while. So I'm really learning to protect myself and, trusting people, and it's a whole thing. It makes you really vulnerable. I'm out here on social media. You see me, but I don't see you. I'm sharing stuff with you, but you're not sharing. It's a one-way street, honey. And I'm not used to that. Even though I've been out here doing this for a while, it seems to get more dark and scarier. So I want to be open. I want to be vulnerable. I want to share my life, but it's really scary out there on the internet. So my identity's been in sex. My identity has been in men. But I'm learning finally to love myself, to fill my own cup. Today, my youngest son and I went to the laundromat to do laundry. I need his help, which is good. This is where everything can be worked for your good. It is good that I can't do the laundry by myself because I get to spend time with my son, and he helps me. So, my son and I forget why I'm telling you this. So, because I'm really getting a lot of fatigue. I haven't gotten fatigue like this in a while, where I was talking and I couldn't follow myself. But of course I was, whatever it is, it's happening right now. So, but anyway, I went to the laundromat with my son today. He helped me, and I don't know why I'm telling you that story, so it doesn't even matter. So my twin flame, I have not seen my twin flame in a month and a half. Every time we talk on the phone, we might have a few, it's sort of like TikTok. I have a few hours of really, really good connection, and then trauma and bad. And so he keeps hanging up on me. He keeps stop talking to me. And he treats me really bad most of the time. There's some time, this is my pattern. There's this much time where he treats me really good. So I get crumbs. I've noticed this. I've seen him, I've known him for like 4 years. And that is a pattern that has been in my life since my childhood. My dad did that. You know what I mean? So ingrained patterns stay with you a long time. So getting crumbs from somebody that you know what I mean, is better. I don't, it's just, I used to go to AA and people would say, I'm an asshole magnet. And they would talk negative about themselves and the men that they would attract. And I don't want to do that, because I'm the magnet. Why would I be negative towards me? And then if that's what I'm manifesting, I figure that's what I am supposed to have until I manifest differently. And you can do affirmations, you can speak till the cows come home. It's what you believe that attracts. So if I have this twin flame in my life that treats me bad, and I'll tell you an example, like he called me I don't know, a couple days ago. And he was like, if you come over, and that's how he talks. Like, like he is giving me, it's a gift that he's allowing me to come over. Like, he doesn't really want me to, but if I do, then, I'm going to have to bring my own fan because he disconnected his air conditioning and his apartment is hot and he's keeping the heat on because he's okay. And then what else? And then that doesn't make me want to come over. That makes me feel like I'm some kind of burden to you. That doesn't make me feel welcome or appreciated or valued. And so he keeps doing stuff like that to me, being mean and harsh and critical. I drive for Lyft and he's like telling me, like, criticizing how I do my job. Like, he doesn't work for Lyft. He's not a rider of mine. He has no business in my job. I'm very good at what I do. I'm a 5-star driver. I know what I'm doing in my life. I run my own life very well, me and Source. I rely on my God, Source. So it's not just me by myself, but I don't rely on people. I don't borrow money from people. I don't ask for money from people. I never have. Maybe my kids, one time I got like $600 from my son for my car and I paid it back to him within a couple weeks. Other than that, I don't. I just don't. I rely on God. I rely on Source. And I'm always taken care of. Life goes well for me. Of course, other than these certain areas where I keep not. So I'm trying to heal those areas and trying to look at, because to me, your answers are in you. They're not outside of you. Trying to control outside of you is losing your power. It's giving your power away. Your control is always here. Like, why is that still hurting me? Why is that still affecting me? People really can treat you any way that they want. And it's not like that. That's not your business. That's on them. That's on their soul. That's on their conscience. That's about them. That's not about you. So you cannot control that. I mean, really, I could try to manipulate. I could try to withdraw my presence from him. That's all I can do. But he can keep doing that, treating people like crap until he says, hey, I noticed this. I don't want to do this anymore. Right? That's how people are. People are going to keep doing what they do until they know better. Then they'll do better. So you know what I mean? I mean, things can be, pain can cause things to, you know what I mean? Pain can wake you up. But anyway, I'm noticing that it's still affecting me how he's treating. And it should make me, I feel like it should make me not want to see him. And it makes me not want to see him. Do you know what I mean? It makes me like, why do I want to go where I'm not appreciated or valued? So that's what's happening. And then when I get mad, he hangs up on me and stops talking to me. So that's all I can do, except I don't really want to get angry about it anymore. You can respond to people that are disrespectful or rude or hateful without getting angry. And that's where I'm allowing myself things to come out of me, like my anger. I want to heal that. If he wants to treat me like garbage, that's his right. How I respond is mine. Right? So why am I like flipping out, yelling at him, trying to control him, blah, 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 being so hurt and devastated and blah, 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 blah. So hang up the phone. That's it. Don't receive it. Do you see there you see? When you get to the place of that you're healed, you won't respond anymore. That's why people are like, don't put up with it, but why am I putting up with it? Or why am I having it? Because until it doesn't bother me anymore, I don't know. There's just something in me that has been for years that is like, if it can be shook in me, shake it. I want to get to where I can't be triggered. It doesn't trigger me anymore. That is healed when it doesn't hurt you anymore. So see, there is a method to my madness. It's about my journey and about my healing. So this is also the first time that I haven't been, that I'm on my own, so to speak, and I'm finding my own identity in, finding my own style and my own personality. And, because it was such a deep, like, groove in me, sex and having my identity in sex, and then in a man outside of, a guy. So this is an important part of my healing journey, and myself finding me is to be alone right now, to be single, to be my own person right now, to do things for myself. My motive is for me, not to please somebody else. Not because, oh, this guy wants me to do it, so I love him, so I got to do it to keep him or to make him happy. No, 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 no. So this is the first time I'm getting independent and I'm getting free to find me, to heal me, and to do what makes me happy. So I said all that to get to this point. So I love you guys. This is my twin flame journey. I adore this top. Like, other than, I'm not really crazy about, whatever it is, stars, like the colors, it's okay, but the style of this, I feel amazing in it. Like, I could wear this every day, different colors. But I woke up like that. I woke up and I looked in the mirror. I don't always feel this way. And I felt, I don't know about beautiful, but cool, sexy, good about myself, the way I look. That doesn't always happen. I looked in the mirror and I approved of the way I looked. So that's such a bonus. That's such a whoa, amazing. So if you look in the mirror every day when you wake up and you like that person that you see and you approve of them, good for you. I haven't always. I work on it. But just to naturally wake up, that's progress, honey. That's healing. So please follow me. Oh, and something that really has affected my self-esteem is I don't get that many followers anymore. I have no new followers, and people, like 200 people view my videos. It used to be thousands. I used to get new followers all the time on TikTok. And something else that I'm having a hard time doing, and I'm probably going to try to do tonight, is go live on my Instagram. I kind of stopped doing that. Guys on my Instagram were rude to me. They were always triggering me. They were treating me like I was just a body. And then on social media has been really toxic lately. People just mock other people when women are like they make memes. I mean, I know that's always going on, but women, well, I can only talk for myself. I've been abused and broken so badly. Don't make fun of that. Like, it's hard to laugh about that. It still causes pain. I'm still grieving that. I lost a lot of my life due to abuse. I'm not ready to laugh about it. Or to make jokes and make fun of it. Or to take it harshly. I'm still soft about that. I'm still, so, because I have an OnlyFans, because I talk about my boobs and my body, because you can go on my Twitter and see my ass, you can see my tits, that doesn't mean that I don't have a soul. That doesn't mean that I don't have a heart and feelings. It doesn't mean I don't deserve dignity and respect and honor, because I am a good person. I'm a good woman. I'm a good mom. I'm a good daughter. That doesn't mean that I don't love myself or value myself or respect myself. So stop judging and stop, talking nasty to make me feel dirty. I don't deserve to feel dirty. there's, nobody does. So, I might go on my live. I might, because if it's going to get where it's toxic for me and hurtful to me, I'm not going to bring me down. That's not fair to me. So I have to wait until I'm strong enough to handle it. Or, something. So, thanks for watching my videos. Love you guys. This is my twin flame journey. This is TT. Leave some comments, like and share my videos. Come on my TikTok, come on my Instagram. Very vulnerable. Love you.